Welcome to today's Explainer. Honestly, I am absolutely thrilled to share this one with you. Right now, literally beneath the surface of our everyday awareness, there's a race happening. An epic, high-stakes, action-packed microscopic marathon where millions enter but only one, just one, can cross the finish line. We're diving into our ultimate origin story today, human fertilization. It's that miraculous, precise moment where two completely distinct cells rewrite their destinies to create a brand new human life. So buckle up, because this is the wildest race you have ever run.
Okay, let's dive into this. 300 million. That's the starting lineup. At the very start of this epic race, a massive fleet of up to 300 million sperm cells is launched. I really want you to appreciate the sheer, massive scale of competitors here vying for a single prize. It's basically a numbers game at this point, an absolute explosion of contenders. They all have the exact same singular mission, but they're competing against odds that are, frankly, mind-boggling.
Section 1. The Microscopic Marathon.
Now, before this massive race can even kick off, the stage has got to be set with absolute precision timing. You can't just have hundreds of millions of runners without a finish line ready and waiting. So, once a month, right at hour 0 on our timeline, a mature egg, or oocyte, is released from the ovary in a process we call ovulation. By hour 1, it gets gently swept up by the fimbria. Think of them like these tiny waving hands right at the entrance of the fallopian tube. The egg isn't in a rush, it's just slowly drifting along, waiting. But there's a dramatic ticking clock here. That egg has a strict lifespan window of just 12 to 24 hours to be fertilized. If the competitors don't arrive in that exact window, well, the race is over before it even really began.
And what's truly daunting here is the sheer scale of the journey for those competitors. To put it into perspective, relative to the microscopic size of a single sperm, traveling to find that egg is equivalent to a human swimming across the entire Atlantic Ocean. Just picture that for a second, swimming all the way from New York to London. That is the monumental physical effort required just to reach the destination, let alone actually complete the mission.
Section 2. Navigating the obstacle course.
Because guys, this is not a friendly neighborhood swim. The female reproductive tract is literally designed to weed out the weak. It's this brutal, demanding gauntlet set up as a highly effective 3-step elimination process, and it is ruthless. Step 1. The acid test. The natural acidity of the vagina immediately neutralizes millions of sperm right out of the gate. Step 2. The cervical maze. Here, the cervix presents a thick, complex barrier of mucus. Only the absolute strongest, fastest swimmers can get through that. A lot of them just get stuck. And then step 3, the wrong turn. Eventually, the uterus splits into 2 fallopian tubes, which means half of our remaining survivors are going to go down the wrong tube, swimming for an egg that simply isn't there. It's a devastating series of hurdles.
Crucially, by the time the swimmers actually reach the upper portion of the correct fallopian tube, those initial 300 million, they've dwindled down to just a few hundred elite contenders. Out of an entire ocean of competitors, we are left with a tiny, highly vetted fraction. These are the absolute best of the best. They survived acid, mucus mazes, and a 50-50 geographical guess.
Section 3. Breaching the Fortress.
Let's slow down for a second, because the survivors don't just get to effortlessly cross a finish line ribbon. When they finally locate the egg, which, by the way, looks absolutely massive compared to them, they find themselves outside a highly exclusive VIP lounge. This fortress is guarded by 2 really intimidating protective shields. First, there's the corona radiata. That's an outer cloud of helper cells surrounding the egg. And if a sperm actually manages to push through that cloud, it immediately smacks into the second barrier, the zona pellucida. It's this incredibly tough, jelly-like inner shell. The remaining elite competitors are basically just bouncing off this thing, but they have to somehow penetrate this fortress if they're going to win the race.
Which brings us to a really crucial biological mechanism, the acrosome reaction. To get through that tough shell, the sperm have to pull out their specific tools. The cap on the sperm's head, called the acrosome, actually bursts open. This releases powerful enzymes that literally digest a pathway through the egg's outer layers. And what's super fascinating here is the teamwork. Dozens of sperm are working collaboratively, hammering away, dissolving that shell together. Yet, despite all of that collective effort, only one single sperm is going to manage to push its head completely through and touch the actual membrane of the egg cell.
Section 4. Lockdown and Genetic Fusion.
We've arrived at the exact microsecond where the race is won and the destiny of those 2 cells changes forever. So think about this. What happens the very moment a single sperm finally breaks through and makes contact with the egg's membrane?
The answer is the cortical reaction. The moment contact is made, it triggers an instant cellular lockdown. A massive wave of calcium sweeps across the egg, causing these tiny granules beneath the surface to release enzymes that instantly, and I mean instantly, harden that zona pellucida. It's the ultimate security system going off. Any other sperm trying to get in are abruptly locked out, bouncing right off the newly hardened shell. Why? Because it prevents a condition called polyspermy. If more than one sperm got in, the embryo would fatally overload its genetic material. It is a pure winner-take-all game, and that door slams shut the second the winner enters.
Once inside, the winning sperm sheds its tail. I mean, it doesn't need to swim anymore, right? And this is where we witness the elegant math of life. We've got the genetic material from the mother containing 23 chromosomes, and the genetic material from the father also containing 23 chromosomes. The nucleus of the sperm and the nucleus of the egg move toward each other right in the center of the cell, and they just seamlessly blend together. Which gives us this brilliant number, 46. The two halves fuse to form a complete single set of 46 chromosomes. This right here is the unique genetic blueprint for a brand new human being. In this exact miraculous moment, incredible details are completely locked in. Eye color, height, innate personality traits. The code is written and it is sealed.
Section 5. The zygote's journey begins.
So the process of fertilization is officially complete. The egg is no longer just an egg, and the sperm is no longer just a sperm. Together, they've transformed into something entirely new, a zygote. Now let's track where this microscopic marvel heads next. On day 1, we have that newly formed single-cell zygote. Over days 2 to 4, this single cell rapidly divides into 2, then 4, then 8 cells. And by days 5 to 6, this dividing cluster of cells travels all the way down into the uterus, searching for a cozy spot to implant and grow over the next 9 months. Out of hundreds of millions of possibilities, against the most incredible odds imaginable, the perfect sequence of events aligned.
I want to leave you with a final, provocative thought. You beat 300 million to 1 odds to exist. You navigated the obstacle course, breached the fortress, and survived the lockdown. It's a journey that happens at a scale way too small for the naked eye to even see, but it is undoubtedly the most monumental, highly improbable journey you will ever conquer. So, what will you do with the life you fought so incredibly hard to begin? Think about that for a second. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today as we explored this fascinating source material. I hope you found this explainer as truly awe-inspiring as I did. Keep learning, keep exploring, and I'll catch you next time.